Baby movie.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, I'm sure we did that in the show at one point as well.
I think we did several times, actually.
More than likely. Hello there. First off, Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes, a grand new year to all of you.
I hope that you're prepared for another 365 days of fear and drudgery.
Or perhaps fear and loathing.
Oh, well, maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
Thank you for joining us. We hope you have suitably recovered from the festivities. If you haven't, then, well, here's to you. And here's to you, sir. Happy New Year.
Sláinte.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Yes.
So this is our, well, again, as we've called it before, our Hair of the Dog show. Most of the time with these, for our New Year ones, we've been doing them as sort of special one-off mashups, because why not?
Why not, indeed?
But for this year, we're going to do something a little bit different. As we've been doing the show now almost 5.5 years, we kind of figured...
God, is it that long? Is it really that long?
August 2020.
Back when the world shut down.
Yes, and we found ourselves trapped in a parallel dimension known as the Delirium.
No, I can't see anything now. I swear to you, I swear I saw a camera right there.
I'm telling you, there's nothing there, man.
Oh, no, there's nothing there now.
With only a friendly alien for company.
Him. Him.
Oh,
What?
well, apparently he's now called Twent.
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 Hello, Twent.
Hello, Twent.
Are you really very twenty?
Oh, come on!
No doubt he's burning us in effigy behind us.
He's burning something, I'm sure of that.
More than likely. Yeah, so what we thought we'd do with this one is we'd have a look back over what we've done. It's not exactly a...
Greatest hits?
Yeah, kind of, but not.
We're not doing the greatest hits. No. That's not what we're doing.
No.
We're going to give you our favourites.
Yes, exactly.
From the last 5 years. That's not the top, it's favourite. And we all have our reasons for our favourite things, as you well know. We'll be explaining to you our top 5 favourite episodes, or not episodes, pairings
yeah.
from Maybe Movies.
And this will be from Maybe Movies itself, not the mashups, because
Yeah.
they were like a later edition, and also it's an excuse to do that on a separate show.
And it was a little bit frustrating because there were a couple that I would have liked to have included on this list, but they were mashups, so no dice.
Yeah. So, I don't know about you, I've got a list, at least.
I've got a list up here.
We won't stand on ceremony, or unless you want to...
Well, no, let's just ask the question. Are we starting from 5 going up to 1?
I think so.
Okay, that's great.
Of course.
That's fantastic. I just wanted to clarify.
No problem at all. See, if I'd have had time to think about it, I would have said, right, well, let's count up all of the stars we've ever had, and then whoever's got the most stars goes first.
No.
Well, I can't anyway, because I lost that notebook, didn't I?
I'd have to go, oh, no, you did, didn't you? Yes. There's no way for you to know.
No.
Yeah,
Unless I go
of course.
through every episode.
No. Okay.
I've gone through quite a few this week, to be honest. Without further ado, what have you got at number 5?
All right, I'm going to start with what I consider to be a classic of ours, which is the pairing of Die Hard and RoboCop.
Okay.
Which is famous for a number of reasons, but the most significant one is that was the episode we realised, A, we needed such a thing as a because movie, but also that was the first time we broke a film.
Yeah, no, I remember it.
It was our first failed film. I remember being quite shocked at that one. Even to this day, I'm like, yeah, no, that was shocking.
It was, yes, because it was so abrupt.
It just went no.
Everything's fine, everything's Jim Dandy, we were going along. Oh, shoulders.
Shoulders.
Yeah.
No. And that was it. And that was it. It was done. And so I have to include it because it made some of the first serious changes to our format.
It did, yeah.
We learned about the Because movie, and we learned that we could break a movie, which up to that point I don't think we had done.
No, because especially with
We'd come close, but we'd never actually broken one.
yes, no, it was... Oh!
Whoa.
Christmas magic.
Christmas magic. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, no, you're right. And it's also because, especially with those early ones, I don't know, again, we still get it, I think, now, but there was a lot more trepidation involved in going into these because we didn't know what we were doing.
No, we didn't have a clue.
So that anticipation was built up, and then that anticlimax.
The thing is, I remember being fearful going into that episode, thinking, oh, this might not work, this might not work. But of all of the things that I thought would break the movie, that was not it.
Exactly.
Of all of the things. Shoulders too wide.
Yeah.
What? But no, it was, as soon as you said it, it was so apparent.
Mm-hmm.
And it changed the way we looked at the show.
Absolutely.
And it changed the way we approached the show. Because I do believe that was what caused us to introduce the Because movie.
It was, yeah.
So that has to be my number 5.
Absolutely. No, I can understand completely. For mine, I went, again, I must admit, for my number 5, there was a few. There was a few that I looked at that I was like, yeah, back and forth. But in the end, I settled on our show, actually, curiously enough, from, I think that was February the year after we did Die Hard and that is Double Douglas.
Oh, the game and Falling Down.
Yes.
Right. Okay. That was a good show, but why is it your number 5?
Aside from the fact that it was the first time, and so far it's the only time that we've done a actor double bill.
Haven't we done a director double bill?
We've done a director one, but not an actor one.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
That was part of it. Also because they're two fantastic films, two fantastic Michael Douglas films.
Oh, yes. Both.
But it was one of the first ones, I think, well, not one of the first ones, it's one of the ones I remember standing out as... Well, actually, no, it was the first as well, because it was one of the ones where it wasn't just an actor double bill, but we actually changed the plots, not the persona. So it was the events of Falling Down as orchestrated by CRS. And it was Van Orton in the game just having a really bad day.
Oh, I see.
And we also got a bit cheeksy with it as well, because what we did with that one is rather than it being completely a random set of events... Just to give it kind of like an overarching narrative, we then went, well, what if we make Anson Bear a European villain who's doing all of this to get back at Van Orton? So we created a villain where there wasn't one originally.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And kind of gave ourselves a certain degree of license with it.
We did. We played with it. We
Yeah.
really played with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
When we watched it, there was a couple of other little things as well that I did make a note of. So I think it was, we introduced the spoiler alert button. That was the first.
Was it really?
Yeah. Because we didn't want to spoil the game for people who had never seen it.
Of course, yes.
So like in the pitch meeting, we spent a lot of time going, if you've not seen this, don't watch us.
Yeah.
Go and watch the game and come back.
Yeah, indeed, yes.
Also... one of our first times that we did the poll.
Oh, the poll.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
of course.
That was one of the first ones that we did for that. But again, I just remember we had loads of fun with it. And especially the other side of it, the Falling Down side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just again, how can we contrive that this company are doing all of this?
Of course.
What parts of it are still actual, just normal people accidentally getting involved in their machinations?
Yeah, we did. We like I said, we've played with it. We've played with it a lot.
Yes. Yeah, so that one stuck out.
I can understand why.
Yeah.
That's understandable. Number 4. See, this is where it gets tricky, folks, because I'm the sort of person, I'm capable of constructing a list. Top 10, or top 5, top 3, whatever. But actually ordering them within the top 10, top 3, top 5, whatever, really hard for me. I'd struggle with that a lot. But I think I know what my number 4 is.
Okay.
I think that will be Alice Does America.
Okay. It's on my list as well. I'm not going to tell you where, but it is on my list.
Okay, yes. That was such a psychedelic treat.
It
We
was.
gave ourselves permission to dive deep
I want full cavity searches. Everyone, go deep on them.
on that one. And we made a few edits, which I thought worked extremely well. And somehow pairing the naive, innocent Alice with Beavis and Butthead just worked so very, very well.
It was hilarious. Yes, no, absolutely. I must admit that was, again, because it is on my list. It was one of the ones that I did go back and rewatch, and we were in stitches every single episode.
Yeah, we were. It was fun.
Yes.
So that is the reason. It was so much fun.
It was.
We were giggling, we were enjoying ourselves, and for that, it has to get a spot on the list.
Yeah, as I said, I mean, it's because I did have a chance to go back and rewatch these. And for a start, it's an interesting one as well, because that was the one where we hit 200 subscribers during that run.
Do you mean 200 episodes?
No, 200 subscribers.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh!
We drank our drink at 200 bottle.
Oh, yes, indeed. I forgot about those balls.
Yes.
Yes.
We always knew that the doing Beavis and Butthead in Wonderland was always going to be a hoot. But we then actually came up with some fantastic stuff for the Alice side of it, including, and it's just the one bit that I didn't it also coined the phrase, which again, thankfully we've not had much call to go back to, as the home of the inappropriate. Because I seem to remember our equivalent of meeting the roadies out in the desert for Alice was her meeting someone that could possibly be one of her descendants who's living on the road, and possibly an ex-roadie of Motley Crue. And I think you came up with the idea that it might be like a cartoon version of Linda Hamilton from T2.
I'd forgotten about that. I had forgotten about that. Oh my goodness.
But it
yes,
was the bit.
right.
It was the bit when we got to. And the equivalent of that was, again, it's up to us if you want to keep the. Do you want to see something really cool?
I mean, that's kind of like the highlight of that sequence. And what? Oh,
Do you want to see something really cool? Instead of turning around and lifting up, there's a queef. Golly.
Golly gosh, sir.
So, yes, but as I said, that one is on my list as well. It's a brilliant one. That was a really, really good choice.
Well, there you have it. That's my number 4.
For mine, it's difficult to have a good time in 1890s Paris.
Would that be our first, maybe, musical?
Yes.
Phantom of the Opera and
And
Rocky Horror?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right, okay.
Again, it was fantastic. It was, so that was June 21. So that was the end of our kind of like our first, or before we got to our first anniversary.
All right, okay.
And as you say, quite rightly, that was our first foray into doing a musical. And again, until recently, it was the only one that we did.
Yeah. It's not easy to find musicals that match.
No. There was a lot that went into it. I think we both did to an extent where we sort of tried to, even though we said at the beginning, we're not musicians, we're not songwriters, we're not going to write this, but there were places where we kind of went, ooh, we can throw in some transposed lyrics, if you like, to fit into songs that were already in the respective productions. And both of them worked really, really well. For me, certainly, it had been a long time since I'd seen Rocky Horror, and I'd never seen the Phantom of the Opera, not the Gerard Butler one.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was an interesting watch. It was interesting to see that for the first time. And having a reason to go into both of these quite in depth for the prep for the show. Put them in a special place in my heart, which they weren't at previously.
Are you talking about nostalgia, sir?
To a degree. But again, because, Rocky Horror I'd only ever seen maybe once before.
Yeah, I don't mean nostalgia about films. I'm talking about nostalgia about the episode.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah, there was some...
Okay.
There was some lovely stuff in both of them. Certainly when we came to the end of the one, obviously with Frankenfurter in Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
I was touched at the end of it. I was quite moved by what we'd done, but only insofar as when I rewatched Phantom of the Opera, Rocky Horror, I was moved so much by the end of the film and by the development of Frankenfurter at the end of the film.
Whatever happened to Fairy?
And the fact that we managed to carry that over and preserve that in our new version
Okay.
really just kind of touched me.
Nice. Well, I appreciate that. That's grand. Number 3. This is where it gets wobbly, guys. At this point, apart from my number 1, I don't know what order I'm putting things in.
If you're still thinking, do you want me to go?
Yes, I would like you to go.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We can't stop here. We've gone on holiday by mistake.
You know, that's funny you mention that. That's not mine, but it's
on the list, is it?
It's on the list.
Okay. Yes. So this was our first year, our 1 year anniversary pairing of Fear and Loathing.
Was it really?
Yep, August.
I thought it was our second year.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm just in my head. We'd done it a lot longer before we got to that.
No, it was August 2021.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so our first year anniversary, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and Withnell and I, it was also the first time that we had a guest for the entirety of the month, which was Chris. Ooh, strawberries.
Thank you. Yes.
Because we'd had Shane for one episode and then we went into
And
lockdown.
he disappeared because of the lockdown, of
Yeah.
course, yes.
Did you hear somebody say bollocks?
Yeah, I did.
There's somebody else in here. Yeah.
What was that?
Was that?
I don't know. Hello?
Hello. Where am I?
We were hoping that you could tell us.
I've got no clue.
This was also, most importantly, again, thank you, Chris, when he turned up for the pitch meeting and we started telling him about, we kind of award each other gold stars.
Wait, there are no literal gold stickers? Gold stars?
Would you like that to be?
Arrange that.
So I then had to go out and buy gold stars.
Buy actual gold stars, yeah.
So and we're still using them to this day. That first pack of gold stars that I bought, they are still the same ones that we're using now. So again, thank you, Chris, for actually forcing us to have actual stars. It was one of the first ones that I'd come up with, and I'd wanted to save it, I think, for our first anniversary, if we got that far.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, it's not just Fear and Loathing. You know, you have the Rum Diary. You like so much about
Hunter S. Thompson.
Hunter S. Thompson's life and the things he's written about and stuff like that. Like, you paid so much more attention than I ever will. And it was your baby. It was... but it worked. It worked so well. I'll be honest, I think probably just because it was Gilliam.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the Lizard Lounge. Mm-hmm. There are only about 3 directors that ever would have thought of that. So having Terry Gilliam direct that film and give his vision to it, which I love anyway. I mean, I love all of his movies. I love Jabberwocky, Brazil, you know, Time Bandits, all of those things, 12 Monkeys. You know, I like a lot of what he does. And the outlandishness, the distorted reality of it is so very Gilliam, but at the same time, you can feel that he's channeling something else. How much of Johnny Depp's performance shapes that is, it's difficult for me to understand. I love everything about that movie. But then when you compare it, I mean, they're both people driven to an edge of society.
Yes.
Or people driven to the edge of society. And when you compare, contrast that with Neil and I, not the insanity, the manicness, the overwroughtness of it just spills over, and I feel like we had a lot of fun with that.
I mean, there are, interestingly enough, a lot of kind of 6 degrees of separation, if you like, even between the two films.
Mm.
Because, I think, as I think I pointed out at the time, the artwork for both films is by Ralph Steadman. Also the fact that, as you mentioned, the Rum Diary there, when they came on to do the Rum Diary, Hunter S. Thompson only agreed to do it if they'd get Bruce Robinson to come out of retirement and direct it.
Oh! I missed that the first time around.
Yeah. So there's lots of connections between these. But yes, they are, as you say, and that's why I always thought it was right, because they're such anarchic films.
Very.
But with a very deep undercurrent to them both as well.
Yes, they both have something to say about both the human condition and the state of their individual societies.
Yes.
Very much so.
And you have two, in different ways, soulful characters being kind of led astray by an anarchic third person, or an anarchic significant other.
Yes.
In the form of Dr. Gonzo and Withnell, respectively. That's why they kind of felt like a nice match. And what we did, and again, obviously having Chris there as well, with his input as well, was fantastic. Especially because I remember Chris brought in something that we kind of hadn't dwelled on a lot at that point.
Was that the first time we had Chris?
Yes.
Yes, I thought so. Right, yes.
Yeah. And he was sort of paying attention to things like adding in what particular tracks and music would be playing in different scenes and how we could transpose stuff, which was really nice. It was just wonderful seeing how Raoul Duke would handle being cornered in a room by Monty.
Uncle Monty, yes, of course. There's always Uncle Monty.
Here, here, here. Here, here.
So yeah, that's my number 3. I thought that was, I really enjoyed that one.
Right, well, that's fantastic. I, however, am going to point out that I would like to make a small intrusion into the episode, and I'd like to do a little call out to a channel I'm rather fond of for reasons that will become apparent. Red Chapters have produced a number of short films and movies that feature me. And just recently, they've released 2 new short films, one entitled The Survivor, which does indeed feature me, and another called The Killer, that features the character called Snakebite from the Wanderers of War series. We'd love it if you'd give them a look and tell us what you think. Or just give us a look. Really, give us a look. We just want to see you looking at us.
So yeah, go do that thing. And congratulations, Michael, on getting the films out there. Hopefully you'll get a chance to see them soon.
Bingo!
Are you going to count then Fear and Loathing and that as your number 3, or have you got something else?
No, that is my number. Wait. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Was that was your number 3?
That was my number 3.
I had my number 3, which was...
You hadn't decided, so I went first.
Oh. Yes, I know what my number 3 is. Mm-hmm. It is the automotive pairing of all time. It is the car and the love bug.
That's fantastic. That's a mashup, though.
Is it?
Yeah, because we put them in the same film. No problem.
I had that one fixed from the beginning as well, and I did not pay attention.
It would have been on mine, and then I suddenly, when I looked back, I was like, oh no, it was a mashup. So.
Oh my god. I'm sorry.
No.
I do apologise.
No problem at all, buddy. No problem at all. Do you need a couple of minutes to think of a number 3?
I do.
One eternity later.
Okay. I've got it.
Okay.
I know what the answer is. Excuse my previous answer, it was mistaken. I would like to talk about Pumpkin Face and Ghost Head.
Okay, yeah.
Or rather, Pumpkin Head and Scream.
And Scream, yes.
Which we had a lot of fun with. I know we broke one of them.
Yes, we did.
But it wasn't because of bad planning, it was just the logic failed at a certain point. But I did really enjoy putting both of those films together.
Yeah, that was a surprise one for me. Scream, obviously I knew very, very well. To my shame, I think that was... I can't remember. No, did I watch it? No, I had seen Pumpkinhead before.
I was going to say, I thought you said you had. Yeah.
But it was maybe only 18 months, 2 years.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I never saw it when it first came out.
I, of course, saw it when it first came out. It was a huge deal in Fangoria magazine that Stan Winston was doing all of the effects, and there were like 3 issues of Fangoria with articles about Pumpkinhead, so of course I was going to watch it as soon as it came out.
Yeah, I don't know why I never bothered watching it. I suspect I kind of looked at it and looked at the title and just went, that looks silly, and never bothered with it. And much to my shame, because there is so much more to Pumpkinhead than the
really
name
is.
would suggest, and it's fantastic. And again, brilliant turn from Lance Hendrickson.
Oh, amazing turn from him. I mean, his range of depth in that particular film is really quite wide. When you compare all of his other performances, they're like within a certain framework, whereas the character on that one has got a much, much wider framework of emotional range going on with him.
Yeah.
When I was young,
I said there's nothing I can do.
I saw it.
And he does a wonderful job with all of it.
Yeah, but specifically about that pairing as well. Yeah, now you mention it, there was some wonderful stuff, and it was lovely just getting to imagineer what a proper supernatural ghost face mask might look like.
Yeah.
And things like that. That was really cool. I remember that. Fantastic. Good choice. Well, I'll go very quickly for my number 2, because we've already covered it.
Mm-hmm.
And my number 2 was Alice and Beavis and Butthead.
Is this a goddamn...
Okay.
It was really close. It was almost...
That's quite high. I mean, I knew we enjoyed it, and I know you enjoyed it in particular, but to have it so high on the rating...
Put it this way, I mean, again, having had time to go back and rewatch it, even rewatching it now, I was in stitches rewatching it.
Okay.
Yeah, we just had so much fun with it. Even though... Again, even the most simple, puerile things is like, right. And I was thinking, my first thought was, it's not a rabbit that's late for an appointment. It's a rampant rabbit that's late for an appointment. You know,
it still makes me chuckle.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
So, yeah, that was my number 2. What about for yourself?
Number 2. Hang on a minute. I've just given you my number 2, haven't I?
No, that was your number 3.
Oh, number 3.
Unless you want to put that as your number 2, and if you've got something else, we can backtrack to number 3. It's kind of usual that we end up having to go back and put stuff in after the fact with the actual matchups themselves.
So this one might seem a bit weird, but it's because it was a bit weird that I think I'm going to pick it. So it's going to be Soylent Green and Damien the Omen 2.
Okay. I thought he was going to say Twiworld for a minute.
There is no universe where I would pick Twiworld. There is no universe. That was not fun. I did not enjoy that. No, never.
Never, apparently. Okay, so, interesting, carry on.
Because it was so ballsy. I mean, in a lot of ways, what was it, Thorn, or was it...
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Thorn was the only real connection between the two movies.
Yeah.
But somehow we made it work.
Mm-hmm.
And it was hard, but I remember getting out at the end of it going, I think we've done something here.
You've done something special, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting you should mention it, because it was on my list of ones to review.
Oh, right. Okay.
I didn't get a chance to review it, unfortunately. It was on my short list of ones to look at.
Okay.
Definitely. It's also another interesting one to pick as well, because that was the first time we did one that was a suggestion from somebody else, from one of our viewers.
Oh,
that
yes.
It was a suggestion from Jen, from Gen X Official.
Yeah, wonderful idea, by the way, Jen.
Yeah, I think she'd originally... No, she did say Omen 2, didn't she? Yeah. Or did she say The Omen? And I think we changed it to The Omen 2. I can't remember.
I can't remember. It's too long ago now.
Yeah. But no, you're right. As I said, and I remember it stuck in my mind, and that's why I put it on my shortlist, as we both felt we did something special there on both sides.
Okay, yeah, exactly. That's how I felt about it anyway.
And it also meant that we got to put Charlton Heston going up against the Antichrist.
Well, there's also that, you know. But of course, I'd like to remind you folks, I don't do these things in any particular order. This is just the number 2 I've assigned. So,
Number ones.
Do you want to go first, or shall I go first?
No, you can go first.
Okay. See, I don't know if mine is really, really obvious. It's the first.
Okay.
It's the Lost Boys. It's the Karate Kid. For so many reasons. Because it's what started us on this journey. I cannot ignore that enough.
I will drink to that. I will definitely drink to that.
It's not so much about what it was, and it's what it might be. And when I say that, I have given quite a bit of thought to like revisits, rehashing, something like that. And the number 1 is doing that. Because so much has changed.
Yes.
I mean, we did that, was it even one camera? It was so simple, it was so basic, it was terrible sound, it was terrible video. But more importantly, we didn't know what we were doing.
It was terrible sound.
We were just talking about movies.
Yeah, it was terrible sound, terrible videos, and we completely forgot that it gets dark.
Oh yeah, it was all true.
So
Yeah,
by the end of the
I forgot
first
about that,
episode,
yeah.
it's practically we're practically just voices in the night.
Yeah. But I mean, more importantly, so much has changed since then.
Mm-hmm.
We had no rules. We were just two guys talking about movies.
Yeah,
back then.
Exactly.
And if there is one thing I would like to revisit sometime, I would love to do that one again, but with the new rules
and everything in place,
and the movie and all of that stuff, and see how different it would be from what we did back then. Because I think it would be pretty different.
I think you might have just given us next year's New Year show.
Maybe.
Why not? I must admit, it's an interesting one. It very nearly made it on my list.
Okay, so I'm not the only one.
You're not the only one. It was one of the first ones I did go. I didn't go back and rewatch the first episode because unfortunately that one is difficult to watch because the sound is so bad.
It is. It's terrible.
I mean,
but when I'm trying to explain the idea of the show to people, it's
the
always the first one. It's always the first one.
That's the same for me. Absolutely. That's why it was so very nearly on my list.
Yeah.
I would have probably put it at number 5 because I think we've done better stuff since. And out of the two of them, because when I was making my notes for the one that I did go back and watch, I did go back and watch episode 2. That was the first thing I'd ever edited. Was episode 2.
That was
Mrs.
Nim and...
No. I mean, episode 1 was The Lost Kids.
So the
Karate Boys.
The Karate Boys.
Which was the one that I had put down because I wasn't sure when I first suggested this whether we were doing specific movies or pairings. Obviously, we decided afterwards to do pairings because it makes more sense.
Okay.
But out of that pairing, it was the Karate Boys that I think really sold me on the premise because we got into the juice of it, if you like.
Yeah.
And it worked really well. You know, it's really kind of odd as well how, bizarrely, a lot of what we put into that kind of filtered its way into what eventually became Cobra Kai.
Quiet! From now on, you won't listen to your guidance counselor. You're going to listen to me. Is that understood? Yeah, Sensei. Good.
You got a point there. I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
you're right.
And when I was thinking about it, I was like, hang on. Was Johnny Lawrence actually watching? Did he go,
Who knows? Who knows?
And that was of the two of them. I mean, again, The Lost Kid was fantastic, but it was the Karate Boys that made me go, yeah, this really works.
Okay.
And, you know, we're on to something here, if you like. But yeah, it would have, as I said, it would have probably been my number 5, but there were other things that kind of took over.
Of course. So...
Very quickly, what I will do is that there were a couple of...
You're going to do honourable mentions?
I'm going to do one honourable mention.
Okay.
Actually, no, 2 very quick honourable mentions. Again, they may make it onto a different list if we find another excuse to do this. One was Life Force and First Men in the Moon.
Yeah, that was a popular option at one point when I was reviewing.
Yeah, again, they were just two interesting movies to try and mash together. It's because of, again, when they were made, respectively, 60s and 80s. Tweaking the nose of Victorian sensibilities with full frontal nudity.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's just fun.
Yeah, exactly. The other one, as well, again, is another one with Chris that I joined us for, was Predator and Zulu.
That was also on the possible list for me. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fantastic one to do, which became Tribe and the Great White Hunted.
Yeah.
But my number one...
Your number one.
I went with... And there's a lot of reasons why I went for this pairing, because there are a lot of firsts involved in what we did with it.
Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?
What the fuck are you talking about?
They, them, it.
That was also one of my options.
Yeah, which was The Witch and Colour Out of Space.
Yeah, that was one of my options. I didn't think about it.
It was our first Halloween show.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was the first one that we did that involved more sort of contemporary movies. And yeah, this one, it really felt it was like the first time that we went proper deep.
I'm talking Roto-Rooter. Don't stop till you reach the back of his teeth.
And we were looking for things, not just the visuals, but we were making sure that the visuals maintained the themes and the subtext of the respective plots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree, yeah.
There was so much fun. Again, rewatching it as well, it was one of the ones where I kind of finally felt where I was getting a handle on editing stuff. Some of the quality of the actual video isn't great.
That's technology, though.
Mm. But, yeah, and also, it had episode 10. So when I rewatched it, episode 10 was the first time we mentioned gold stars.
Oh?
Yep, you gave me a gold star for something, I can't remember what it was. But
all right, okay.
It was the first time that we had an overlay for the tangent alert. And this is a tangent alert, there will be one here.
Tangent alert! Tangent alert!
Doing not it.
All right, okay.
It was the first one of that. And it was the first time we mentioned the delirium.
Was it really?
Because the episode before, there was a point that I was stuck on, and you said, well, we can play around with stuff, we are in the Imaginarium. And then on the next episode, which was episode 10, I said, we're not in the Imaginarium, we must be in the delirium.
Right.
Again,
it's a lot of firsts. Yeah.
So just as a throwaway comment, and then obviously things escalated from there. But the actual pairing itself, it worked so well. You wouldn't have thought two films, again, set in completely different centuries.
Well, like I said, I gave it quite some consideration.
Yeah. So one was a New England folktale from the 1700s. The other one is a Lovecraftian nightmare transposed into the 21st century.
Yes, but also set in New England.
Exactly. Exactly. I remember we both had so much fun, especially with the colour. Trying to imagine how the colour would realise itself in a low-tech society.
Yeah. Like, what are the rules? Where do we go? Yeah. I remember there was a lot of what are the rules. There was a lot of what are the rules.
Yes, there were. But yeah, that was my number one. I must admit, even going back and reviewing a lot of these, more than once I was like, I need to go and rewatch that film.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's a good sign.
Exactly.
That's a good sign. Well, that's fantastic. So, there you have it, folks. I mean, those are, at least for right now, top 5 picks for maybe movies.
Absolutely. And so, out of curiosity, what would yours be? And of course, please do go and have a look back at the ones we've mentioned there, because they are definitely worth a revisit.
Indeed, they are.
But please, again, if you have a top 5, stick them below, and on a future episode, we might read some of them out. Just say, it'd be interesting to hear what people think and what people have enjoyed. And again, if there's ones in particular that you didn't enjoy, let us know.
Yeah, that too. If you didn't like one, it would be information, and we'd love that information. We'd love to learn more about the information. We want the information. Sorry, I got carried away.
Just do what he says. Maybe that's what we should do for the next one, is our least favourites.
No, why not?
You might as well. We have,
Then I will definitely get to complain.
about certain ones, yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Again, thank you for joining us for this. And we will be back in February for more maybe movies from Not Delirium. That's one thing I will say, actually, before we sign off. Again, having had a chance to review some of this, there's some wonderful skits. Some of the ones that we did in Delirium were...
We had some moments, yes.
Yeah. And just in case anybody was wondering, I mean, the reason why we kind of sort of put those on hold, at least for the time being, if you like, with the change in set and all of this kind of thing. Same with anything. They do take time, and they do take, don't always have the brain power.
Yeah, they take time and mental effort to put together, and quite frankly, sometimes we're just going, let's just go get the thing in the camera.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all we've got to give sometimes.
Yes, I'm afraid so. I mean, again, if there is something that you used to, that you enjoyed about the show, again, let us know. And we might sort of look at figuring out how we can do that. But again, it's kind of terrible. By the way, I was going to say, since we've come back to the real world,
yeah,
having had a chance to have a look around,
yeah,
don't you kind of wish we were still in Delirium?
I think I have an opinion here.
And on that bombshell, we'll be back next week with something else, whether it's going to be Movies Actually, or Movie Nostalgia, or maybe even a long overdue what I just unread. We'll be here with something. But until then, please do look after yourselves, look after one another, and take care.
As always, guys, TTFN.
Ba 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 ba.